do something, and then they can't. They're going to go back to the type.
Oh, the microphone's dead? Oh, I forget to get a battery. Oh. All right, somebody's got to run. See, I am the C plus team when it comes to this. This is going in my.
Writing that down.
This is going in my permanent evaluation.
We're gonna put this on our permanent record.
Get rid of us now. It uses like a 9-volt. Better than swear at. Oh, look, they're going to bail me out. Look at that.
Hopefully nobody uses it. I'll call the meeting to order, and it says here that the 2023 chair is history. And we'll call the meeting to order, which I did. And I'm going to move the mic closer to me, but I don't need to because I'm going to be moving over here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under announcements, the board will hold an executive session after this meeting, and it's going to be to discuss a personnel matter. Now we're going to have the exciting election of officers, something that we do at the beginning of each year, and the floor is open for nominations. Last year I was the chair and Pam was vice chair, and now we have a whole new board.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Pamela Robb as chair for this year.
Okay. I'll second that myself. Any other nominations? Is there a motion that nominations be closed?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion. Aye. Okay. So that is done.
Is she old enough?
No, you got to do vice chair. Right?
Do you want to do the vice chair or?
Yes. On nomination for vice chair, I nominate Sutan Magruder as vice chair. You get a second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
Whatever.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Couldn't I say aye for myself?
No. Congratulations, vice chair.
All right.
And now I'm going to move.
And since I'm moving up to chair, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Elliot Abrams for being an outstanding chair. He has served this community for 40 years, and I don't think any of us can fill those shoes right now. So, Elliot, with all our deepest gratitude, thank you for being an outstanding chair for Patton Township.
Yahoo!
Thank you, Sam, and now this will help you keep on track.
Well, thank you.
Why don't
If you
slide?
give us a minute as we make transition. Slide over.
Change your name tags.
Amy, you want to lie?
Yes.
Thank you. Elliot?
Would be a little lemonade.
Tablet? The tablet.
Wow, this is a different perspective.
Wait till next year.
See things a little more clearly over here. I'm out of the shadows.
You're moving on.
Moving on up to the east side. Deluxe apartment.
And this is my vice chair. Well, first, as we move forward, I would like to take a moment to welcome Susan and congratulate Susan and Betsy to the board. And we have a little gift from the board to you.
It was a nail biter raised.
Please don't spill it, it does have water in it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to put it on safe.
Yeah, put it, well, I'll put it
Yeah.
back. So you know you had it.
I can't be trusted. It's okay there. Just not up here next to my computer, that's for sure.
Well, but that's native plants right there.
Thank you, Pam. That was
Thank
so
you, and that's from the board to say thank you and welcome. Righty. Next on the agenda is the addition to a posted agenda. Is there any items we need to post on our agenda?
No, and I just want to make a note that there was a change to what you can post on an agenda at a meeting following a court case in November of 2023. So the court has found that the only things that can be added are de minimis business arising in the last 24 hours before a meeting, emergency business, or de minimis business raised by a resident or a taxpayer. So they've shortened what you actually could add to an agenda for discussion.
Nope, okay. Well, thank you. At this time is public comments. Residents, taxpayers may address the board on issues of interest to the township. Comments related to a specific agenda item should be deferred until that point in the meeting. If you're attending by Zoom, please use the raised hand feature of the Zoom application and wait for the chair to indicate it is your opportunity to speak. If you are attending in person, please approach the podium and wait for the chair to indicate it is your opportunity to speak. Public comments are limited to 5 minutes per person. Are there any public comments at this time? All right, moving forward. Presentations, public hearings, organization of board supervisors, meeting dates for 2024. Amy, you want to take that?
Yeah, so we're going to keep with your schedule that you've typically followed, and we did discuss this at the meeting last month. So we would propose January 24th, February 14th and 28th, March 13th and 27th, April 10th and 24th, May 8th and 22nd, June 12th, which we moved to accommodate the Juneteenth holiday, July 10th, which we moved to accommodate some staff vacations, August 21st, September 11th and 25th, October 9th and 23rd, November 6th will be your first budget meeting, November 13th will be your budget meeting and your regular meeting, and November 20th will be a regular meeting. December 18th, and then January 6th at 4 p.m. January 6th is the first Monday in 2025. And that's, you have to meet by law on the first Monday. So if you're comfortable with that, we could have a motion, and then we can get that advertised.
Okay. Can I get a motion to accept the dates? Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All right, discussion?
You're first.
Seeing none? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. Thank you, Amy. We can pass that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Next on the agenda is board committee appointments. Amy, you want to take that?
Sure, so we need to make some appointments to the following committees. We have an ABC committee. Those typically review the people that are interested in serving on our various boards and commissions. And last year, that was Supervisor Robb and Supervisor Abrams. We have the Center Area Cable Consortium. The Center Area Cable Consortium only meets when we have a franchise to negotiate. The last cable franchise with Comcast was negotiated in 2021. So there isn't much that needs to be done with that. They don't meet unless there's an issue, and that was Supervisor Trevino. The Spring Creek Watershed Commission, Supervisor Trevino was our member, and then our alternate, Doug Mason, is actually the one that does all the work on that committee. That's a great committee. The Open Space Stewardship Committee liaison is Supervisor Whitman. The CCMPO is Supervisor Abrams, and then Supervisor Robb is the alternate. And the CCMPO is making a change to its bylaws to change all member terms from 2 years to 4 years, starting in 2026. So the person that takes CCMPO this year would stay for 2 years and then would rotate. And then last, we have the Solar Power Purchasing Agreement, which has been Supervisor Whitman and Mr. Pegger.
Okay, are there any changes from the board for the ABC committee? Supervisor Whitman?
Yeah, so I would actually like to be back, I was on that before, and I would like to be back on that unless anybody has an objection or also has a passion to be on it. I'm often the one who seeks people and recruits people, and so I'd really like doing that kind of stuff.
Supervisor Abrams, would you like to still stay on that? Or
If you like, or you can,
I have
to you.
enough.
it's up to you.
So I'll put you and Betsy on that.
Okay?
Okay. So we have that. On the cable consortium, can we leave that blank for a
Actually,
minute?
I think you should appoint Sutan to that, because that's a very low-stress assignment, and I feel like Sutan would have feelings about the cable franchise. But I will tell you that it will not meet again until there's an issue with the franchise, and it will be another 10 years.
Oh, okay, Supervisor.
I'll take that one.
I was gonna
Supervisor
nominate you,
Abrams.
but I was just going to nominate him, but
Okay.
Now, let the record reflect, I like the work.
Okay, for
Not that
Spring
much.
Creek Watershed, can we leave Dave Mason on there?
Doug can stay on as the alternate, but the
Doug.
bylaws of the Spring Creek Watershed Commission state that we have to have an elected official as our member. So I don't believe Mr. Trevino was actually going to the meetings. I believe Doug was going to all of them.
Right.
But one of you must take on as the member in case there's an issue that comes up.
Okay.
And just so Susan is, it conflicts with the time that we need.
Oh, is that
So
why?
Yeah,
he
that's
was not
why.
able to
Yep.
attend.
Yeah. But I'd be interested in, I mean, I know a little bit about watershed.
Okay, great,
Yeah, that's a good one.
great, all
And
right.
the times that we don't meet, because certainly those months in the summer, you could always attend.
Okay.
Okay, Betsy, are you still interested in open space?
I am.
All
Unless
right.
that's something that you might also be interested in. So,
You want to-
As an alternate?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's perfect. And we can even, it's a great group. Ken leads that.
Um,
Well, Ken and Amy.
And Nicole.
And, Nicole, yeah.
For Elliot, are you still interested in CCMPO?
yes,
Okay,
now that they know how to reach me, actually.
okay. And last is the solar power purchasing agreement. But Betsy, Larry?
I will remain the alternate.
Okay, great. Betsy?
Which is alternating.
Okay.
And Larry really does heavy lifting on that, but thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it won't be active for long.
It should not be active for long. We're still waiting
Yeah.
to hear back from the legal reviews. But hopefully they're coming soon. I keep saying that, but, I'll say that again, I guess, at the end of the month. Hopefully they'll be coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks for all-
I need a
Larry's done
motion
a
to
lot.
approve the board members for the committees.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second?
Right. Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Next on the agenda is the COG committee assignments.
Do you want me to go down through
Yeah.
them? Okay. So first and foremost, just the note on the chair rotation for the COG. The COG chair this year is going to be Half Moon Township, and then it'll be Ferguson. Then we get it in '26, and then Harris gets it in '27. So the COG committees, the executive committee, that was Supervisor Abrams last year. Supervisor Robb, will you take that?
Yes.
Finance, that was Supervisor Trevino.
That's me now with the alternate of Larry Pager. Thank you.
Okay. And then, Human Resources, Supervisor Magruder. You want to stay on?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Parks Capital was Supervisor Trevino.
Okay, anyone interested in Parks Capital?
What does that mean?
So Parks Capital had been charged with starting the regional parks and looking at those projects. I think they're winding their work down because Whitehall Road is opening. So I don't think there's a lot that they'll be doing. I could be totally wrong about that. It's been a couple years since I've been to one of their meetings. But they're 12:15 on the second Thursday of the month. And there is a Zoom option for all of these meetings as well.
Yeah, Thursdays I'm usually flexible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd like to do that one?
Yep. Great.
Okay. Then we have Public Safety, Supervisor Robb.
Yes.
Facilities, Betsy.
I'll stay on that.
I'm the alternate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Climate Action, Betsy.
Yep. We don't have it, and we haven't, are we going to go back and do alternate? But we can do an alternate now. Would you be interested in being an alternate on that, the climate action?
Sure.
Okay,
Susan, okay.
Yeah.
And then the Lucy Committee, Supervisor Abrams.
I see what time they're planning to meet. I can't go to the 8:30 meeting.
Okay.
Oh.
Well-
You say you can't, because I,
Yeah, do we want to do an alternate and see if they change? Because it says their meeting is 12:15 on the
Oh.
first Thursday.
I'd assume not be on that committee.
Okay.
Okay.
so,
Betsy, did you say you wanted to be on?
well, yeah, but I don't want to hog them. I've been going to some of the meetings. But
Okay.
Not all of them, but Susan might like that, too. It's land use.
Oh, okay. Land
What's-
use.
And what's the CLN? I forget that.
It's land use and community infrastructure,
There you
right?
go.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. I always forget that, Sue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies.
And then one more that wasn't listed that Dan reminded me of.
Oh, and I could be the alternate on that.
Okay, which is Parks Governance, which they've been looking at the authority and the COG situation that we have. They meet the fourth Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. Their meeting is January 24th. We do need to replace Mr. Trevino on that.
Parks Governance. Is anybody interested?
They worked with a consultant. I know they're a good chunk of the way done with what they were doing, but they still have to make final recommendations.
Okay.
When is it they meet?
They meet the fourth Wednesday at 8:30.
And that's often when we meet.
That's the same day.
Same day.
Yeah, that's the same day and time that we meet
Yeah.
for facilities. Facilities is the fourth Wednesday of the,
Elliot, since
Not
that's winding
facilities,
down,
but
you think you can
solar
make that
power.
one?
solar power.
Yeah, okay.
I apologize.
No, that's all right.
I don't know how long
Solar
those
power
meetings
is
usually
the
run.
fourth Wednesday,
Yeah.
yes.
Not long.
But you, I was
I-
going to
I
say,
could
if you
try that.
wanted to do.
Okay.
Elliot, you'd like to do it?
Yeah, he's going to try it. And if he has a problem, then we'll address it.
I don't wanna load-
Okay.
All
I
right?
don't want to load you down.
Okay, great.
And then the other thing the COG wants to know is if our policy on alternates has changed. The township's current policy is that alternates, including the ad hoc alternates, which are either other board members or the manager or Larry, may vote at COG meetings when they fill in for the regular committee member. Is that still the same?
Still the same.
Okay. You want to make a motion for all that?
I make a
I'll make that
motion.
motion. I also wanted to offer that, since I'm not on any committees really, I'll volunteer to fill in for people that are not available to go to their meetings.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So we have a motion Can I get a second?
Second?
Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. Thank you, Amy. Thank
Okay.
you, Board. Okay, next on the agenda is the Pennsylvania State Association for Township Supervisors Conference.
So the PSATS conference will be held, April 14th through the 17th in Hershey. I did send you a link to go to look at the conference information. It's a pretty robust conference, and it's great because it's township supervisors from all over the state that go to it. We have to designate one of our members who's attending the meeting to be a voting delegate, because you vote on resolutions, and then they go and seek legislation based on the voting at that meeting. So I don't know who's planning on attending, but I also do need to know that because Luana has to get y'all registered, and that is
Right.
like winning tickets to a Taylor Swift concert.
What?
Yeah, trying to get a hotel at that is like winning
Yeah,
tickets to a
I could
Taylor
imagine.
Swift.
Any board member interested in going?
So I would like to go, and I don't care what hotel I'm in, because they have shuttles.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And so that, in fact, I think when we've gone in the past, I've requested one of the distant hotels. 'cause-
Yeah, I think where we have stayed in the future, in the past, yeah.
Yep. Are you also attending?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other board members
It's
interested?
fun.
I'm in Panama. then.
I'm so sorry.
If not, I'll be the voting.
You'll be the voting
Yeah.
delegate?
Thank you, Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's exciting.
All right.
Okay.
Did any board member need some time to think about whether they want to go or not?
I'm just going to put that.
It's interesting.
We also do go to the Municipal League Summit as well, which is in the fall.
Yeah, okay.
That's also a good one, too.
All right. Next on the agenda is the manager's employment agreement.
So my employment agreement expires today, and that's in accordance with Pennsylvania law. Pennsylvania law does not allow agreements to run more than 2 years, and they have to follow the election cycle. My current agreement, which we negotiated last spring, calls for a one-year renewal to January 2nd, 2025, and then it would have to expire again in 2026 because there's an election that comes up. So I was thinking that, and I talked to Betsy about it, and she thought this made sense, and I had emailed you guys about it, but I was thinking that we could keep the same terms and conditions that we negotiated in the spring, since we did just negotiate that, and just do a 2-year renewal, and then it runs with the election cycle. So we would next renegotiate that agreement December 2025 when we have new board members elected.
Okay, at this time, if possible, can we do a short executive session?
Yeah.
All right,
At this time?
yeah,
Right now?
We usually do it at the end of the meeting.
You
but
can-
it's dealing with this issue.
If you want to, you can do a short executive session now if you want to, or you can make a motion and simply just vote on this and see how you vote. It's up to-
I have,
But we're just voting on the timing,
Just the agreement, yeah, the
Yeah.
term of the agreement,
so we're not,
the length,
Not talking about the
not the evaluation.
evaluation.
all right,
yeah, that would be different.
but in the agreement, it does state the evaluation is in the agreement.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this is not,
this is not affecting that. This-
Okay,
Yeah,
all
this
right.
is just changing the end date of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Discussion. Will any board members have feedback on this?
no, makes sense.
Yep,
Um,
makes sense to do it that way.
All right.
Why the 5th and not the 2nd?
Because the first Monday of the month is first Monday of the year is when we have to meet by law, unless a holiday is the first Monday of the year. So in the out years, whatever, the calendar gets weird because it's a leap year this year.
That's
Okay.
Yes.
I just,
That's why it's odd.
I knew it was like, okay, that's good, thanks.
All right. So can I get a motion if the board is in agreement?
Yep, so moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. All right, next on the agenda is public safety. I see no items. Public works and operations, there are no items. Engineering, planning, and zoning, there are no items. Administration, authority boards and commissions, ABCs. Amy, you want to take that?
Sure thing. So we had the following ABC members who've indicated they'd like to be reappointed to their positions, and I've confirmed they're all still within their term limits that are allowed. The Recreation Advisory Committee would be Ken Hickman. The Planning Commission would be William Burnett and James Payne. The Open Space Committee would be Joe Vigilone and Jim Savage. The Police Pension Board would be John O'Neill. The Vacancy Board would be Bob Barlock. The Zoning Hearing Board would be Bryce Boyer. The Spring Creek Watershed Commission would be Doug Mason. And the State College Borough Water Authority would be Rich Schmidt. We did have one vacancy on our ABCs, and that was Dave Gustine stepped down as our CNET rep at the end of his term. Supervisor Robb has indicated she'd like to be the CNET representative, and I've offered to be her alternate if she would like that.
Thank you. Okay, all in favor of the appointments? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Well, second.
Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any abstentions? Any opposed and any abstentions? The motion passes. Thank you.
I didn't jump in fast enough, but the air.
We did that the last time. He's filling,
Who is that?
William Studler.
That's right.
Yep,
Studler, yeah.
he's filling George's term.
And then also the Human Relations Commission?
That, we are still trying to identify someone, and then that appointment is done by State College Borough, by council, not by us.
Gotcha. So I did talk to, recruited somebody for that.
Perfect.
Terry Watson.
Oh, perfect.
Who's very
Yep,
interested.
perfect.
So he was really honored to be asked on that. So
Okay.
he's very interested.
Okay, so if you want to discuss that again at your next meeting, that's fine, or if you would like to make that recommendation now, you could do it now.
So
Is
let's.
that what I'm serving on right now?
No, that's the COG. This is the Regional Human Relations Commission. That was the body that was set up by the Human Relations Ordinance that we did, the anti-discrimination ordinance. So if there's a complaint in the township of discrimination, this body would actually hear that complaint. It's a housing discrimination or any kind of
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ discrimination.
It's not everything, it's certain things.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought we talked about this though, because it was a man and a woman, how they framed it had to be on it, right? Had to be
no.
the reps. What am I
No.
thinking? I'm not talking about human resources. I thought it was something else. Forget it.
It's gone through
It'll
a
come to
couple
you.
of iterations, so I think.
Supervisor Abrams?
If we need another person on that, I'll be glad to do that.
Okay.
Okay. The other, okay, yeah.
Betsy, can you repeat the motion?
Well, I only emailed with Terry Watson today, and then he had a question about the time commitment. And so I gave him some information, haven't heard back, so we might want to wait.
why don't we wait till the 24th and we can
Okay.
do that then?
All right, we put it on the 24th. Thank you for reaching out, Betsy.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, next on the agenda is a resolution 2024-002, adopting the 24 fee schedule.
So there are not many changes to the fees, just basically the code agency fees, which includes the fees for rental housing permits, the building code plan reviews, and all of the sewage management program fees. The recycling and refuse rates are going to stay the same in 2024.
Okay, can I get a motion to accept the fee schedule?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. All right, thank you. Next on the agenda is pending board work items.
So I included your list from last year. You've actually gotten a lot of the stuff done that you had originally identified the year before. So what we'd like to do is probably on the 24th, you should review the items ahead. I'll send you a little survey to do that and rank them. I would also suggest that we add creating a workforce housing ordinance to the list. That's something that's come up when we were talking about the property on Cradle Lane. And Missy at the Center County Housing and Land Trust is just chomping at the bit to help us. She's helped Ferguson and College with their ordinances. So if you have any other items, if you want to either, you can email them to me ahead of time, or you can bring them to the meeting on the 24th, and then we'll set some ideas for you. The other thing we'll add, Betsy, is the Bee City USA.
That read my mind. Okay.
Amy, can we also look into the megabus situation
Yes,
when they're supposed to,
yes, and I'm going to have that conversation with Dave Rischel from CATA,
okay,
because there's some, and Tom Fontaine, there's some discussions going on. So,
okay.
yep.
I know we need to get that information out to our constituents when they're going to move,
Yes.
the megabus station.
Yep.
Okay. No action. Next on the agenda is consent agenda. That, Amy?
So unless anybody wants to pull anything,
I move that we accept all the items on the consent agenda.
Second?
All right, discussion? All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The consent agenda is passed. Next, manager's report is written and provided January 24th meeting.
yep.
Anything you need to add, Amy?
No, I think one of the things I might do for you, if you find it helpful, is I have some goals that I'd like to accomplish in 2024 for the township, so I thought I could present those to you as well, sort of my work plan, so you know what I'm going to be working on, and you can add or tweak any things that you might want to see changed.
Great. Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is committee reports. Is there any board member that would like to add to the report? A lot of these committees were canceled due to the holiday. If there is no report, moving on. Next on the agenda is other business. Seeing none, and next is the recess to the executive session.